York Comic Con 2018 with Liana Kangas and Katy Rex. They recently did this lovely Tyranny Rex story in the 2000 AD Sci-Fi Special that came out. So just a little backstory here. We are one of the few American comic sites that covers 2000 AD every week. We are constantly reviewing it, and we called upon all of our female contributors to review the issue themselves because we thought it was important that representation wasn't just happening on one side of the page, happening on both sides of the page. So as people involved with this book, how important to you was it to put it out in the world? You know, it feels like 2018 is a year that needed a book like this. So how important was it for you guys to be a part of that?
I think it's just been really a privilege, honestly. And I think that there were a lot of people that were worried about it being sort of tokenizing.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was always just let's get together and make this thing.
I think it was curated pretty well too. Yeah, we worked pretty hard on it, so.
I mean, if we can say that, like, yeah, it was curated really well because we're so great.
No, but honestly, you know, when you're looking at the list of creators, it's not the usual suspects, although there are some big names on there, but it felt like people who fit the stories really well, and that's awesome.
Alex DeCampi has been writing for 2000 AD for a couple of years now. She's done a few Judge Dredd stories, and so being in the same book as her was intimidating and amazing.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. Tula and Babs are some of my heroes too, and I totally tweeted at them and I was like, oh, hey guys, really nice to be in the book with you.
Now.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? So
we're the cool kids now.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Terrifying.
It's a lot of work.
So what are your comics origin stories? How did you get a comic first? What was the one that like blew your mind?
Oh man, it was some back issue of a Spider-Man book, for sure. When I was like 10 or 11.
Did you seek it out yourself? Did someone give you a comic? Did you find it in the dentist's office? How did you come to it?
Oh man, well I think I found a Green Lantern comic in my parents' closet once. It was like a catch-all closet, and I was like flipping through looking for something, and I think I found a Green Lantern comic, and I think that's the first one. But actively seeking it out, I got dropped off at a comic book store one day when I was like a young teen, and that's the Spider-Man one. So
Katy, what about you?
We just kind of always had comics around my house. We would go on road trips and my parents would buy just like a bunch of, I don't know, mostly Uncle Scrooge stuff, a lot of Archie stuff.
Archie Digest, yes.
Archie kind of was like the most formative for me, and I definitely also thought that my life was going to be like Archie comics. So like in fourth grade, I had this life plan that involved being Veronica Lodge.
Oh, you want to be Veronica?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did that. I now at this point, I think Cheryl Blossom's the best.
The reason I asked that is my friend and I were talking about this the other night, how everyone sees himself as Archie. Because Archie is desired by two people, and Archie's the center of the story, and so everybody puts themselves in Archie's shoes.
Did they not realize he's a dum-dum? Like
that's the beauty of it, is that nobody realizes how dumb, and we were talking about how it's like, it's this great self-own that everybody sees themselves as Archie. So I find it interesting that Veronica is the person that drew you.
She's not who I saw myself as. She's who I wanted to be.
Okay.
So that's like maybe a little different of a thing.
Yeah. Okay. When you first of all, is this your first time working together, or have you guys worked together before?
Yeah, definitely the first time.
But definitely not the last.
No, definitely not. No.
Is that a hint of something?
It might be.
I'll report back later. So when you're working with a new collaborator on something like this, it's not a long story. You know, it's just a couple pages. You have a pretty clear mandate with this. So how do you get the shorthand of working with one another on such a short project? Do you talk a lot more beforehand to sort of figure out where you're going, or did it just kind of naturally fall together?
I think it's really funny. We didn't talk till after it was done.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like we did a couple of Twitter messages at each other, but not like anything really in depth though.
Yeah. Actually, all of Katy's responses are, "Oh my God, this is fucking awesome," and so I'm like, "All right, great, keep working."
Yeah, she would send me images, just like previews, and I would gush because they're amazing. And then she made a way better story than I deserve.
Low maintenance collaboration process. Very low maintenance.
I think the story reads not like two people who didn't meet before. I think it reads like yeah, exactly.
We were
So
destined to be friends at
Yeah.
that point.